Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of January the 1st through the 7th of 2018. Before I begin, I'd like to mention to everyone, first of all, Happy New Year, of course, but then I'd also like to say that in regard to the weekly tarot guidance, as well as the love and finance that I do on a monthly basis, there are changes that are being made. So as you continue to listen to these, pay attention around mid-month because I will be making some announcements regarding them and telling you where and how you can hear them because they may not be available through some of the regular places that you're used to. I'm just going to leave it at that for the moment. Now, this week, this is a very big week. It's not just the beginning of the year, okay, or the beginning of the month. On the 1st, we will have a full moon in the sign of Cancer. What a way to kick the year off, right? But on the 2nd, Uranus is going to go direct. And that is a wonderful thing. You've probably heard me say it somewhere else already by now, but 0 retrograde planets. Mark your calendars, okay? Because from January 2nd until we get to March the 8th, when Jupiter goes retrograde, it's all clear. It's a sign that we all need to get going. Now, it's one of those things when you think about it, every year people make resolutions and, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I think you're going to find that right off the bat with this week, it's going to be much easier to move forward with your resolutions and to stick to them. There's a great deal of Capricorn energy around right now, which can help you with that. And as I said, there will be 0 retrograde planets come the 2nd. So, this is a good thing. Now, here you are. It's basically just like looking out over, because this is a weekly, but it's about so much more. That feeling that we have that envelops us when we begin a new year. And you're just looking at like, all right, which way do I go next? I have all this energy that's opening up. What do I need to do with it? So you're looking at those choices. And, I think in the past, there were things where you felt a little bit cheated, by things that happen. So this is different. There's finally, opportunities that are coming in. So it's not just like new year, new beginning, new you, new week, all that fun stuff. It's about what do you want to manifest? What doors do you want to open? So the possibilities are really here. The potential is here, not just for the manifestation. There's something going on. It's almost like it's not just about doors opening. It's about blessings. So there is something good that's coming in. It may even come in the form of a surprise. So I can't say be prepared, right? Just a couple of weeks ago on the 21st when we had the solstice and we had the, sun moving into Capricorn, we also had the Sun-Saturn conjunction. And for most people, it wasn't that bad. It might have felt a little bleak or something, a little off. But for some people, it was really a big deal. And it was very, very rough at that time. That was around December 21st. So, in that time frame, give or take a day or two, there were some people who were really having some rough times. And what I'm seeing here is that there's something this week that wants to change that. Like to restore that light, to restore that positivity, where you can feel good about you again. Because whatever it was too much to bear. Like I said, not for everybody, but there were some out there who were really having a very rough time. So, it kind of presented itself as a challenge. But I think now you're feeling a little better, more able to take things on, and not seeing them so much as challenges. So that is a good thing, right? And I want to say, because I see here a tendency to want to take on too much. Think of yourself if you had a pile of boxes I mean, what's eventually going to happen if you're carrying this pile of boxes and they're up, they're covering your eyes, you can't see where you're going? What's eventually going to happen? You're going to trip, they're going to spill. Hopefully there's nothing in them that's going to be damaged. It's that kind of a thing. So, I want to say, don't overwhelm yourself just because the energies are ripe for moving forward and getting things done. This is not about doing it all in a day. This is about focusing on, the things that you can do. So rather than overload yourself, take the time to look over all of your projects. Give everything, it's, a fair amount of effort that it deserves, that type of thing. Okay. So, this is doable. You don't have to, overdo it, in other words. Now, as far as I want to say that just the concept of happiness itself, happiness, good health, boy, the beginning, see, this, even though it's a weekly, there is that mindset that's around as a year begins. All right, I have to feel better. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to, exercise. I have to lose weight. I have to blah, 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 blah. Whatever those goals are, okay? And are they, pipe dreams? Are you in pursuit of real hopes and dreams? Or is it just all this fanciful kind of thing that's going on? So there is that desire for, better health and better times. But the sense of, I want to say, being at the beginning. And this is what's unusual, because for the first time in probably a while, you're hitting the beginning of a month, the beginning of a year, the beginning of a week here, and having that fresh kind of clean slate coming in, something that you can work with. And that's a good thing. So, you can move towards your goals. I really feel like you're the only one who can stop you. And that's not even something that I see here. I just feel it. All right. So, it's that, like, your vision, I think, becomes stronger. Right now, we still have this first week. We do have Mercury in shadow until the 10th. But I think for most people, a lot of that fog is starting to clear. So there's not those struggles in seeing the vision, which can happen, okay? And I know for me, with each passing day, things start to improve immensely once Mercury is direct. And then when I feel like shadow's gone, which will be next week, then it's like there's an all clear there. So that is good. All right, now, see, change. Taking charge of your life. I think for everyone, this is something different. Wow, I see something that's very, very interesting here. It's like your emotions need to be more balanced, all right? And it's between the things that were sad and the things that are left, okay? It's almost as though, letting go of so much as the year begins. After all, it begins with a full moon. Think about that, right? So, basically, let go of 2017. There's nothing you can do to change it. All you can do is go forward into 2018 and do what it is that you can do. This is a year to take back your life. Will you accomplish it all this week? No, you won't. But I think that the energy itself that's present in these cards wants to jolt you out of that complacency that you were in. Because sometimes, when you've tried and tried to make change and you continually felt held up, so many of you have made drastic changes already, okay? And others of you have them coming. So it's like there. And they're trying to figure out what to do. And that's what this is about. I really think for so many people coming into this week, it's that whole New Year mindset. And What comes next? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to create this vision? What am I supposed to make happen? Not allowing yourself to be distracted from your tasks. And I don't mean like your chores, cleaning the house or whatever, you know, but that list that you have in life, like really being able to focus on it. Because I know as soon as I noticed that there was going to be 8-9 weeks of 0 retrograde planets, I was like, oh my goodness, what do I work on first? That kind of thing. Because this is something that can really restore that balance of power. Okay. And it's not just the balance of power, it's that personal power within that you feel, where you feel in charge of your life. You feel in charge of everything. And that's a wonderful thing, because now you're already, for most of you, okay, there is that clear base. And I think that that's where a lot of you are starting off with this week, this month, where you've gotten rid of all the debris and you're ready to go forward, toward the success. I still say like June, all right? Doesn't mean you have to wait until June for change, because there's already been plenty. And it doesn't mean you have to wait until June for success. But I think that's where there's a whole new something that's coming in there. It's like a cycle that you can only dream about. It's the getting there that I see some of you having trouble with. And I'm not sure why. All right? Let that pain go. All right? Let yourself heal. Separate yourself from, some of these issues. Okay? By trying to stay firmly in the same mode, that's not good. All right? You need to be able to relax once in a while, where you set those cares aside. And sometimes you have to. It's not about goofing off and playing hooky or anything like that. It's just about allowing yourself to stop and to be, and think quietly. Because there's a saying, and Lord help me, I can't remember it right now. It's something like quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Something like that, okay? But you get what I'm saying. So occasionally you need to do that. And that's a good thing to do. Maybe even starting off at the time of the full moon. That's a good time for reflection upon your coming intentions and things that you want, need to let go of and need to do, because there is so much that's coming. All right. Now, in the next 2 weeks, we will be entering eclipse season. Just to let you know that. All right. Is there a chance that you could see some sign of it this week? Maybe. There's always that possibility. Not everybody feels everything on the same day. But there is so much forward movement. And what I don't want you to do is to doubt yourself. Like if you question everything that you're doing, is this right? Is this wrong? Do I deserve this change? Do I deserve to move forward? Go with the flow. If you can keep your priorities in life straight, and by priorities, I don't just mean, focusing at the things on the top of the list that you deem to be the most important. Keep everything straight. Work life, home life, social life. Keep a balance there that helps keep you more even keeled. And I think that helps tremendously, because, there's always going to be news that can come along that, I don't want to say it's disturbing, because it's not. I just feel like that we're at a point, and this is many, where we can perceive any kind of news, instead of the good that may be a result of it, we might be choosing to see the negative side. So it's not that it's bad news. It's like our concept of what that news means. So maybe there's a little bit of a tendency toward over worrying there. That's the best way I can explain it. Like just looking at it the wrong way and thinking, oh my goodness. So just, keep yourself balanced all the way around and take your time with things. all right? You know, that there is that tendency to want to go too fast, but sometimes it's not in one's best interest. I think that there comes a point a little later, maybe not this week, but this week I think as you're gearing up to move, you know, it might seem like you're going from 0 to 60, but not necessarily. It's just there kind of has been a, you know, with things kind of like they were on hold for a little bit with all the retrogrades and everything. So that's different now. But most definitely what you're working on really is that between now and March thing. So it's going to be a very significant month when we get there. I still don't know why, all right? I really don't know, but I know that it brings another turn in the story. Let's put it that way. But at this point here, you know, this week from January 1st to 7th, you're focusing on going forward and putting an end to, you know, your fears. So I like that. There is definitely some sort of a release going on at the time of the full moon and giving birth to this whole new year and new week and month representing change. Most definitely. See, you have the potential here to create. You don't have to fight for what you want per se. You just need to create it. And that it's just, I'm telling you, that it's almost as if you're going to feel like by the time you get to maybe the third, the fourth, like the universe has bestowed upon you the power and the clarity to go forth and to really make things happen. You know, that I want to get my life together for good, for once and for all. Because I'll be honest with you, most of you, as 2017 ended, you already made significant changes in your life. And it's what you're doing next, what you're doing now, this week, as you move forward, that means so much. I think that's why, you know, that there's a difference between the open road we have now, in this week, and the opening that's coming in April. And because the best way I can describe that, I don't remember saying it in the last couple of weeks, but it is this sense of like, like when you watch one of those shows where they have the curtain, what's behind curtain number 1, curtain number 2, curtain number 3. And April is where you get a peek and you look and you see what you want. It isn't the booby prize. That's what I want. That's what I want. So it's there. It's coming. And the energy now is what's bringing you to that spot. Okay? So what a wonderful journey to be on over these next 3 months, whatever's taking place. I love this. I absolutely love this. You know, it's beyond gaining freedom from the hard times and all of that. It really, truly is. You know, you start thinking about how much you have withstood. And there's a good time. Like, it's a good time now to put plans into action. I love this. Going in pursuit of your hopes and dreams. And relationships. Wishes. Very interesting. Some you are going to abandon. And some you're going to say, like, it's time to move on. So there's some big changes coming up. Most definitely. But things that it's the right thing to do. Like through perseverance, you have changed the status quo. So this is, I can't even begin to explain it. The energy that's coming in represents the new beginnings and the creativity and the just like, you're just going to feel it as it continues on over these next few weeks. That it grows and it grows and the universe has so much to offer. Wow. It really truly does. It's all happening between now and March. And it's all karmic. There is something wonderful coming this way. And you need only to step up, accept it, and be present. It's amazing. It's not all, what I like is that it's not all coming like this week. It starts and it grows. There's a lot of new growth that's in here. Yeah. And it just keeps on going. So you're going to see that, it's almost like when you say your fortune changes, where before it felt like, life had pulled the rug out from under you at some point. That's all going to start going the other way. I like that. I like that a lot. So again, I am going to be making some changes to these readings, and I will keep you apprised. Check in with me around mid-month. Everyone have a wonderful week and take care.